hello everyone. We are here at CPR Fitness with owner Greg Bennett. He has a lot of businesses, but he also is mayor of Swainsboro. And he's joining us here on Fixins and Friends to tell us a little bit about what he's got going on and a little bit about his background. So we're excited you're here, and thanks Greg for joining us today.
Thank you. Originally from here, I was born here.
Yeah.
I went to college in Statesboro, like everybody does. I went to college here for 2 years, and then, but I went on a 3-year plan instead of a 2-year plan.
East Georgia.
East Georgia. But I went to David Range. I went to Swainsboro until like the 5th grade. My parents moved me to DA, but we only lived 5-6 minutes from DA. My dad was a farmer, and my mom cut hair, so it was just easier in the morning to put me down in 5 minutes instead of. So anyway, graduated from DA. Then, when I was in high school, I actually loved school, and I never missed a day. I went through my whole high school, 8 I never missed a day of school. And so when I graduated, I went to school again. I finally learned that you don't have to go. And so I was all for it. Parents probably know this, but I never went. You don't have to go, so I didn't go. I guess my grades affected, so it took me like 3 years to get out of it. Then I went to Statesboro, Georgia Southern. I moved down there, and then after about 2 years, I quit, but only around 6 months. Back when I went, it was quarter. I went to that. And I like 1 quarter from graduating. Well, I went to, I quit probably 2 quarters ago, and I was on a farm. My dad was a farmer, and one thing he didn't recommend was farm. Actually, I was a farmer.
Yes.
And I went back to Georgia Southern probably around the age of 35 and finished my semester. Finally got a degree. I was probably 35, 36, 37.
So you farmed up until
I farmed up until then, but I still farmed.
Yeah. Okay.
And then around 2001, my wife and I was married to Shannon Bennett. I was married to her for like 10 or 12 years. We have a son, Cody.
Okay.
He is.
And he just had a baby, right?
He just had a baby. He's in Italy. He's in the Navy.
Oh wow.
So very proud of him. And, anyway, so when I was farming, she was a nurse, and her dad got very sick. So we decided to open up Summerville assisted living home. And that was 2001, but I still farmed. And I farmed for about 3 to 4 more years. And one day I was just farming, and I said, every year, I'm a numbers person, and I could figure up that I was not going to pay out.
Yep.
No matter how hard you work or how good you are at farming, if it doesn't rain, you don't pay out. If the price is not right, you don't pay out.
So many factors out of your control.
That's right.
And that's
hard.
hard.
You can pray. That's all you got. You got your ability in praying, and sometimes the praying, I guess, just doesn't work. And after around 4 more years after we opened Summerville, I just had like an epiphany. I said, I guarantee you I will farm again next year unless I sell my equipment. So that year, I planted all my stuff and I sold my planters. And then I sprayed all my stuff all year long and I sold my sprayer. And so by the time the year ended, I had no choice. I had to quit farming. And we opened up another nursing home.
You're like, let me do this now before I
If I didn't pay out, because I would have changed my mind. Because what happens to farmers is if you have a great year, all you do is pay off back then.
It's like gambling.
That's it, and you buy new equipment because you don't want to pay income tax, so you have to buy new equipment, and then the next year you have a bad year. Well, how do you make your payments on this brand new equipment that you bought last year? It's just a revolving door. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. But
definitely thankful for those who do stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it is hard.
I still technically farm. I have cows, so I have land and all. But Dad loves it, so he kept everything. So anyway, we opened a new nursing home in Duffin. It's called Summerville James Place.
Okay.
And then we moved over there, but it didn't work out between her and I. She got the nursing home over there, and I was going this one. And I came back, and I think I was around 39, 40 at the time. That's when I started actually building stuff.
Right.
So,
okay.
After how old you are, you can still start. At the age of 39, 40, I was. I didn't have anything really. So between those ages and today is when I started doing it.
And so that's been about how long ago?
It's been about 13 years.
Okay. All right.
So I built Mojo. Mojo was my first thing when I came back. I built Mojo. So this July will be 12 years old at this point.
Okay.
And then from Mojo's, I went to CPR. CPR was owned by Carolyn and Philip Bradford,
Okay.
and it wasn't doing good financially. And me and them talked, and I didn't get it. I worked out here, and joint agreement. And that's why I bought CPR and kept it open. So it's thriving. It does absolutely great.
That's awesome.
We lowered the prices so more people could afford it. We got it on a pool. We tried daycare. Everybody wants us to have daycare. We tried daycare, and the problem with daycare is you have to hire an extra staff, right?
And they have to be there regardless.
Be there. If nobody shows up, you still pay them. And so we were paying people, Monday and Tuesday, great. Like people show up and they bring their child. The problem is you can't hire somebody for 2 days a week. And so when we hired this person, we're going to have to go up on the memberships or quit. It's just feasible. It's not fair for everybody that doesn't have a child that uses daycare to have to go up on rates because
Right.
they have daycare. So we quit the daycare, and now there's a massage place here in Mississippi. Kennedy, but she got remarried. Sorry, I forgot it.
Coleman? No.
Coleman, that's it?
Yep, okay.
That's it, yep. Anyway, she does the massage place, and she does excellent.
Right.
And then this past, probably 6 months ago, we decided to start giving away free tanning.
Okay.
If you're a membership, generally, you don't have to pay for tanning.
Okay.
But anyway, getting back to how I started, after CPR, I think I did, I did the car wash next.
Okay.
Car
Yep.
wash. I did it next, and then after that car wash, I think me and Ricky Hooks and Tracy Hooks, Cherie Hooks, we built a quick clean laundry.
The laundry, sort of next door,
We did
right?
laundry. And I don't try to get real fancy on my ideas of what I'm doing because if you get outlandish on crazy ideas, you're in the little niche and everybody won't use it. But if you do something that most of the public need, you'll be way more apt to be successful.
Right.
Anyway, I went from the cleaners, I think I did maybe Crossroads.
Okay. The newspaper.
It does good. It's a struggle. Swainsboro is a small town. We've got 2 newspapers, so it's always a struggle. It's always a struggle to get people who know that field that live in Swainsboro. If something happens, somebody leaves, how do you replace them? So that's a
Right.
struggle.
Right. Well, and they do a great job of like putting stuff online and
Oh, yeah.
featuring local folks.
Yes,
So
and
I enjoy
I've
their
tried to
stories.
emphasize, because I took it, when I stepped into the mayor position, when I got elected, I don't have any role in the paper.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's,
Conflict of interest sort
it
of.
is. And
Yeah.
what if something comes up that's something they found something I did and they can't do a story on it? So I stepped away, and I don't think I've actually stepped foot in there since September of last year.
Right.
But anyway, it does what it does. And then I think next, maybe, I'm sure I'm thinking of something. I did the start of the subdivision.
Right. Okay.
Crossroads Landing, it's doing absolutely great. I wanted to grow, everybody wants Swainsboro to grow. And you can't just say, okay, let's grow. You have to have the foundation right. And one thing we didn't have is houses. And how are you going to grow if a company come tomorrow with 70 jobs? Where would they live? There was no place for them to live. So how would it actually grow Swainsboro, make Swainsboro better if there's people who lived in Statesboro and drove here? We don't get the benefit of those jobs.
Right.
I mean, they buy my lunch. They don't shop here, and they don't eat here, and they don't buy gas here.
Pay property
So,
taxes and all.
if you really want to grow a town, you got to start with the foundation. So I'm trying to make the foundation good. I'm trying to lower the taxes to make businesses come. I know it's boring to talk about taxes, but if you're when a place looks like, okay, I'm going to compare Swainsboro to Vidalia, which place do I want to go? I can bill for the same. I can probably find the same labor, but my cost in Swainsboro is going to be double taxes as opposed to Vidalia. If Vidalia's taxes are low, ours is high. And so, if that's keeping that business from coming, I will do everything I can to lower taxes.
Right. Because at the end of the day, it's overall the benefit if they come.
Right.
You still recoup that money eventually in a
You'll
different
be
way.
100 times
Right.
better.
Right.
I'd rather go down on the taxes and when we look. And everybody's got a misconception because I've always said I want to have almost a zero mill rate. A mill rate is, in our town, it's $110,000 a month. And so when I took office, in November before the month I was elected, our mill rate was 19.5. And so people don't understand what that is. 19.5 was $110,000 times 19.5, which comes up to about $2.6 million. Our whole budget is around, say, $10 million. So 75% of our budget isn't property taxes. It's other things like sales tax, like water and sewer things we do. So all that is 75% of budget. So I'm not trying to take our budget to zero. I'm trying to cut the top 25% of the property tax people so it doesn't
Right.
affect them as much. So anyway, right now it's 14.1 million this year. And next year it should be around 11 mils. And the next year after that it should be around 8 mils. And that'll be my last year. So we'll be going from 19 point something, being the city council, to lower
Right.
to 8.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. In a 4-year span, because I thought it'd be a 10-year plan to try to get it to zero. And so in 4 years we'll have it at 8.
You found that you're still making enough money, to serve the business
We're
that
fine.
the city's
It's
needs.
just and I ain't said it was the waste. It was just the money that we had, or they had. They were not doing proper procedure. Like for instance, when they did a project before our new city council took office, they wouldn't get a lot of prices. They would just get the good old boy system and get somebody to do it, and then they made money off of it, which is fine. Everybody wants to make a profit. But if you're looking out for the whole citizens of Swainsboro, wouldn't you want 4 prices? And then go with not the best price, but the lowest price with the best person doing it.
Right.
And that way, you benefit all of Swainsboro.
That's right. Why, at the end of the day, do you feel like is your motivation to do this? Like, what is it
I
about?
guarantee you, probably everybody that doesn't know me thinks money is all right.
Right, but no, it can't be, because what you're doing,
It is actually not.
there's got to be a bigger driver.
Because the subdivision, this is almost embarrassing. I spent probably $3.2 million starting it and building the first 11 houses. 3.2.
Okay.
When everything was all sold, 11 houses, there was no money left. Like, it didn't financially work, right? And I'm fine with it. But we moved in 11 new families from a different part of the state. I mean, not even the state, the country. And the motivation is to grow Swainsboro. Here's the thing, and this ain't being arrogant, and I don't want this to come across as arrogant, but I'm in a very comfortable place in my life. I always want to live at the beach. That's what I've always wanted to do, is wake up and you hear the ocean, and you go to bed and you hear the ocean. It's just, and there's a different environment at the beach, where everybody's more laid back, and everybody's not in a rush. Nobody's in a hurry. It just seems that way, I guess, from outside. But the older I get, I still go to the beach, I still do, and that's probably an illusion, but that's not real life, because you're on vacation, and nobody's in a hurry on vacation.
Right.
But I think I could probably move anywhere I want to, like within reason. I still pick Swainsboro. I just love Swainsboro, and I want it to grow, and I think it's finally starting. Finally.
What do you feel like is unique about Swainsboro? I mean, you grew up here, or you grew up, I guess,
Right.
technically in Nunez, or?
Yeah, I grew up in Nunez,
Okay.
but there's no such thing as
Sure.
Nunez. Really.
It's a great
grocery,
community.
and then that's
Right. But like, what is it that you love about Swainsboro? Like, what besides just the fact that you're from here? What else about it do you feel like is makes it a great place to live and work?
It's like home.
Yeah.
It's no matter what, and this is it's sort of a bad thing, but a good thing. You could leave this place for 10 years and come back. How much has changed?
True.
Not that I don't want to change that. I just want to make a change for the better.
Right.
I don't want it to change the other way. And I saw a potential for it going the other way. And you don't want that to happen.
Right.
And what Swainsboro is missing though is something for our kids to do. If
Yep.
you and I know, when you're growing up, if you have great memories about your hometown,
Right.
you'll be more apt to come back
Yep.
and want to start a family here. But if you have only bad memories about your town, you're not going to be as motivated to come back and maybe start a business or do whatever. But I had great memories as a child. So
Right.
I
The roller skate rink and
Right, we
just
had
whatever.
whatever. We had a bunch of things, and everybody,
Yeah.
and also I hear now, Greg, won't you build a roller skate rink? Won't you build a movie theater? Won't you build something for the kids to? The problem is everything has to at least break even. We don't have enough people for a roller rink or a bowling alley. Like I lived into a bowling alley before. It costs around $110,000 per lane. All right, so if you put in a place with 10 lanes, which is not a big place, that's $1.1 million. Now you got to build a building, the concession stands, whatever. So you probably have 2.5. We don't have enough people to support a $2.5 million bowling alley. We just
Right.
don't.
Right.
Now, like I said, if we fix the foundation, if we get more people moving here, now population goes up.
What is our population right now? in
The
Swainsboro?
inside, well, Swainsboro's messed up. Our city limit signs.
Okay.
Our city limit is like this everywhere. Like you may be in a subdivision, They'll be on the left, and you're in the city on the right, so in the county. And you get city water, and you get city sewer, and you pay for those services, but you're not in the city. It's whoever did our city streets and city limit signs. I think they were high. They had to be high drunk because there's no rhyme or reason to what they did. But our population inside the city is around 7,400. But if you took I think it's called a protractor, if you took it and did like a 5-mile circle around Swainsboro, it's about 12,000 people.
Okay.
So I consider that Swainsboro, 12,000 people within 4 or 5 miles of Swainsboro. My goal, I hope within the next 10 years, we'll be at 10,000 residents. Without moving the city limit signs, without doing anything, just making Swainsboro grow. And I think we're on the way.
Right. So, tell me about, you were saying in the newspaper today, there's another development that you're starting.
I started thinking about this. When I did the other subdivision, the prices out there, the homes started around 200. I think we sold one for about 195, but that's not pricing it so high. Like, nobody's getting cheated, for God's sake. It's just when you get all your materials, and everybody out there's got at least 1 acre to 9 acres. So I had to develop that land. You got to get your money back to develop the land. You got to put the road. The road system was $400,000 just to put a road out, and then to put the power, and all the power out there is underground. There's no light pole, so if there's a storm coming through, you're not losing your power.
Oh wow!
So that was around $100,000. So for those things, you have to put it in the cost of the land to get your money back. And so that makes their homes out there around 195 to around, I think the highest price was like 340, 350 that we've sold so far. And so that's in a market of Swainsboro or of Georgia, but probably priced out probably say 60% of Mandan County residents, because especially when interest rates went up.
Right.
So that makes the mortgage probably around $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, to start out. But if you got a 2-person income, it's not that hard to come by. But if you're a single mother with 2 kids, you can't afford that.
Right.
More likely.
Right.
I mean, it's not saying you can't, but more likely. So, I don't want to build this same home in that same neighborhood, because like if you're going to build, I think everything needs to be coherent. Like if somebody does a $350,000 home, they don't necessarily want a $100,000 home next to them. They want the property values to be what they are. And I couldn't build them out there too, because, like I said, all the acres right there is like maybe 2 or 3 acre lot, but that makes the house more expensive. So I bought some more land, and I'm developing it, and they're going to be a third of an acre. But that's not small, because there's places that have like a 10th of an acre lot.
Oh, yeah.
These are a third of an acre. The house is going to be around between 1,000 to maybe like 800 square feet to around 1,200 square feet.
Okay.
2 or 3 bedrooms, but they're not going to have as many frills as the other subdivisions, but they got to keep the cost down. But I'm not making a cheap home. I'm just trying to make it more affordable, because if you're a single mom, you're probably paying around $700, $800 a month rent. That's the going rate in Swainsboro. It's probably higher than that. So I'm trying to keep these houses so your mortgage payment will be about $800, and that way more people in Swainsboro can benefit from building this house.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. And now, when is that going to get started? Do you have any kind of time frame?
I already bought the land.
Okay.
And we're waiting on the timber company to come cut the timber, because
Okay.
you got this. Everybody says, won't you just leave the trees? The problem is you can't. If I build a road and cut out the place for the houses and try to leave all the trees, you can't level the dirt, and you're going to have a mess. And then if you try to level dirt, you're going to kill all the trees with the
That's
roots.
right.
And
That's
so it's
right.
best to start with a clean slate. And I'm going to try. I picked out some pretty old oak trees that's in the new subdivision. I'm going to try my best not to disturb those.
Right.
But it's just too hard, it's too costly to try to nitpick where you're going to cut trees
right.
at, where you're not going to cut trees. You end up messing up on way more than you fix.
So this will be your second time doing a development, so you probably learned the first go
my
around.
God,
It's like
I made
with a
every
business,
mistake there was.
you just trial and error, you learn from it. Yep.
And everything I've ever done, the only thing I've done twice is the
Car wash?
car wash.
Yep.
That's the only thing I did twice. Everything else was a new adventure, and I like new adventures.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I don't like the day-to-day of sitting in a place and just being right there and doing that same thing over and over again. Just no, I wouldn't build for that.
Yep. What is a typical day like for you? I mean, you have your mayor duties that
Right.
take up some time, and then you're bouncing around.
That's
Like, what is
taken
the?
way more time than I thought, because
Yeah.
being mayor, the pay is not even close to what it should be. If you do it the way it's supposed to be.
Sure.
I think the pay is like $14,500, and I don't take a salary. But I worry about the next person that's going to come behind me, because I probably devote 20 hours a week minimum
Wow.
to being mayor. Just not just mayor. They ain't counting the other 10 businesses I have. That's just
Sure.
being mayor.
Right.
20 hours a week, 14. That means the pay for the next person is going to be about $4.55 an hour. It's just work, and I know it should be your civil duty, and that's why I'm doing it. It should be my civil duty. But if somebody, like a retired person, want to take that job, you would want more income, $4 an hour.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But my typical day, I'm not an early riser. I've never been an early riser. But I usually get up around 7:30. So that's not very early.
That works.
And then I usually read emails, and read news, and read bank accounts, see whatever I need to do the day before.
Sure.
So I usually do that for around 30 minutes. And I finally get started around 8 o'clock. And I'll go to Mojo's first. That's my first stop every single morning. And then I'll go to the subdivision. And then right now, I'm building a new retail spot.
Okay.
It's-
And that's near the railroad track,
Yes,
right?
railroad track.